Yep, it's a stupidly small podcast this Friday. Thank God it's Friday, the 29th of May, 2015.
Nearly the end of May.
Well, yes. Sunday, actually, will be the last day. 31st.
Does it confuse you when, like, people...
Have I introduced
Sorry,
you?
hi.
Hey, I'm Stuart Farrell. G'day, Lauren Clark.
Hey, Fazwana, how are you?
I'm all right. What's confusing me?
No, I'm just saying, does it confuse you when finance people say end of the year? It confuses me because they've been saying it lately.
EFS.
No, yeah, but they don't say that. I'm saying in, like, everyday conversation, they say, yeah, by the end of the year, we've got a blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, you got tons of time. What are you worried about? It's like, oh, no, actually, it's next Monday or whatever.
It's different. And, you know, the fringe benefits year is different again. So that ends in April or something like that. Yeah, for us people that have FPT concerns.
Yeah, Friday.
It feels like I've been run over by a truck.
Have you had any more snot issues?
Well...
Why do I ask these things?
Yeah, well, you open the gate.
No, don't answer. Don't answer.
Well, I still sound the same. No, I haven't been able to
you haven't had extract
a
2.
slug.
Okay. Oh, my God.
And I can't wait for the next
slugging.
I'm
so sorry to everybody. And to people who don't know what we're talking about, I'm not going to tell you.
I'm praying for a slugging.
You're welcome. Praying for a slugging. That sounds like such code for something.
It does.
Doesn't it?
But that's how your mind works.
Hey.
What?
I reckon I developed this theory during the week because on the weekend I went
last weekend.
Yeah, a million years ago. I did what I haven't done for a while, which is like actually had like some time off. Right, it now feels like a million years ago. Like, how did I even exist?
You're
back
prone
then?
to over exaggeration.
Yeah, do you think so? Anyway, by the way, exaggeration will do fine.
Oh, really?
Well, because over-exaggeration...
Isn't that extreme exaggeration?
But exaggeration is extreme.
So you are a word Nazi?
No, I'm just saying over-exaggeration, which we all say. It's actually like...
So you're prone to exaggeration. It sounds better anyway.
That's it, prone to exaggeration.
It's like using too many words sounds worse than using the wrong words at times.
Sometimes. Anyway, so welcome to English 101.
You're prone to smug and Freud.
Now by the end of the week, I am a little bit.
That one through to the keeper?
Now by the end of the week, I have questioned what I decided on the weekend, is my point, right?
So you don't think the blue hair was a good idea?
You don't like it?
No,
I'm saying 100 years ago on the weekend, when I had an actual break and I actually got to do some weekendy things.
That's what weekends are for.
Yeah, which I never have, and neither do you. Like, you don't do
have
like...
a day off.
Yeah, you don't have days off at all.
No, 7 days a week.
So...
7.
100 years ago...
Days.
Stop it. 100 years ago on the weekend, I had a thought and I thought I've made a determination about a thing, right?
Determination.
And it is now the end of the week following that weekend.
I'm lost.
Shut up. And I'm going back on what I thought. So
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Well, listen. Listen. If you stopped interrupting me for 5 seconds. On the weekend, I decided weekend people are annoying. Weekend people are more annoying than people are during the week. On the weekend, it brings out the most annoying people. And now by the end of the week...
How so?
Having had a week of weak people, I am like, bring back the weekend people, for God's sake, for the love of all that is holy.
People. And
yeah, but it's because you don't have weekends, I
double
guess.
EK.
I just feel like on the weekend... So on the weekend, my thing was, right, people on the weekend are the worst because they are together... in groups, so they walk together in front of you super slowly, or they just stand still, like, and have like a slow conversation.
This has been a thing for the last few years. People have really picked up on the idiots on footpaths.
Or have you started becoming like less fun, which we've already discussed?
No. Look, I used to do a radio program on Old Media with a guy called Leaping Larry, who is a guest here. We haven't had guests on for such a long time. That's our own fault.
We'll get there. Yeah.
And we spoke about this phenomena a long time ago. Then everyone else picked up on it, of course.
This phenomenon.
Did I say phenomena?
Smug and Freud coming at ya.
Oh, I love words. Words.
Our mate, friend of the show, Ropes.
Ropesy.
He reckons that too many.
Can I call him Ropesy?
You know what?
Is that a bit rich?
You got the microphone. You can call him whatever you like. Don't call him whatever you like.
Oh.
Anyway, Ropes reckons that there's a certain kind of writing that does a fair bit of my words are my weapon kind of talk. And that's pure words.
Ropes is, I mean, if we're going to speak about Ropes.
Oh my God. I'm so sorry, Ropes. I did not expect this to be a breakdown
of becoming a bit inverted, but you know, you, my dear, are quite smart. But when it comes to words. But Ropes is aggressive.
What?
He will display his displeasure.
You are so making things up now.
He will display his displeasure if he's not happy with the way words are being projected from a stage. He will walk and let the artist know on the stage as he walks out of their performance that he is unimpressed as he storms off.
To be fair, we did once, the first time you met Ropes?
No, it wouldn't have been. I might have been. No, it wouldn't have been the first time. It might have been the second time.
Anyway, this is my mate Ropes, one of my oldest and one of my best. Came along to a theatre show, sees a lot of theatre, knows what theatre's all about.
Does he?
Yeah.
I don't mean in a smarty pants way. He does go and see a lot of theatre.
He's extremely culturally in touch, blah, blah, blah. Went along.
Culturally in touch.
And saw this piece of theatre.
I thought you were going to call it a piece of something else.
And he thought it was a piece of something else.
He certainly did.
And about how far into it? Third of the way into it?
Yeah. He did what everyone else was thinking they'd love to do.
Yeah. He stood up. He said, "This is rubbish," loudly. Yeah. He turned around to the rest of the audience and said, "You can leave. You don't have to just sit there and believe in this."
And then walked down the steps and yelled at him, though. He said, "I don't need some..." What did he say?
I don't know, but it was but it was the best performance of the night.
But so many people started to dwindle out from there.
It was like he gave them permission, which is exactly what he did do. And people
we sat through it.
Well, we had to. We were interviewing them.
The next day, wow, that was fantastic. Now, tell us how you came up with such a brilliant concept.
No,
and everyone's
we didn't.
So funny.
No, we didn't.
We sold it, baby.
We didn't. It. No, we critiqued it. We asked lots of questions.
How did you make it so good?
You in particular asked a couple of curly ones. Anyway, why are we talking about
I don't know. It's the end
Friday.
of the weirdest week that we've
had
in a while.
You've just done a Friday snort.
Oh, Friday snort.
Anywho, what were we saying?
Something about...
Saturday weekends.
Yes.
Weekend. Oh, come on.
Well, someone told me last week when I made some reference to my nasal situation.
Yes.
And you just totally went all school mom on us.
Yeah.
I felt a bit weird.
Somebody told you that?
No.
No, you started that conversation saying somebody told me.
They said that I sounded like I went weird or something.
Right. Well, you are deeply weird. Anyway, so
can I go
weekend
now?
People.
Yeah.
I now take it back and I look forward to them.
Weekend people.
Because weekday people are the pits.
Is that a Billy Joel song?
Let's get out of here. You don't even want to be sitting here anymore.
Stupid.
Weekday people are the pits. Down on Broadway on 75th, and I go and buy a Subway.
Okay, so this is not the person out of the two of us who's been banned from singing on this podcast. Just think about that, people.
People are the pits.
Think about it.
Chrissy, what's her name?
I know how to make you stop singing.
What's in your food? What's in your food?
This must be so good to listen
to.
Are we actually siblings? Anyway, what are you saying?
Hey, it's the final time we get to mention these cats. Learn to live.
No, I'm going to miss them.
God bless them.
Yeah.
Because they have been a fantastic spotter all week of the Stupidly Small podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And let me just give you the facts. It's going to be about hard facts now, right?
Okay, great.
783 million. We started with this. We're going to finish with this.
This is extraordinary statistic. Yeah.
783 million people do not have access to clean water, and almost 2.5 billion do not have access to adequate sanitation. Right? Every day, 30,000 children under 5 die from avoidable diseases. All of these things, they're overwhelming, incomprehensible, and Learn to Live contribute to lowering these numbers, as well as engaging people in the world to be globally conscious citizens to continue that sort of work to reverse what the hell that's all about.
Yeah.
Now, learntoliveglobal.org, that is the website. I'm not going to say anything else other than visit.
Yep.
If you feel like you'd like to maybe throw them a few bucks after you've read about them, I'd suggest, you could do worse with your cash if you have the spares. And we're going to put up a link. Yanti, who was the founder of Learn to Live, recently was interviewed on NPR. And maybe once you listen to her, perhaps you might be swayed as well. Anyway, thank you to Learn to Live for all the work they do. And from a personal, on behalf of Laura and I, thanks for being the Stupidly Small podcast sponsor for this week. LearnToLiveGlobal.org is your first stop in perhaps finding a place where you'd like to park some coin.
Correct.
That's
Stuart.
us. Yes, dear. It's been babe, dear. It's been a week of disgusting put-downs.
You have called me this week.
Shush toots, come on.
Oh dear. If you want to get in touch with us, we're Stupidly Big. We're on Twitter, we're on Facebook. Oh, you can go to iTunes and give us a rating
Go to the shop down there.
The iTunes shop. Give us a rating, give us a review. We like those, although perhaps don't review this week. It's been a bit of a weird one.
And next week may be similar.
True. Yeah, we got 2 weeks of it, haven't we? And then P.O. Box 1436, Fitzroy North, 3068.
Consider it part of a life journey. Like, if you're going to stick with Stupidly Small, you're going to get weird weeks.
That's it.
Yeah.
We are one of the only podcasts who does this every day. Yeah. And, that's why you get some goodies and you get some baddies.
Yeah. Baddies.
That's right.
Goodies and baddies. Thanks, Tony Abbott.
Yeah, I know. It's fairly unsophisticated.
That guy.
Analysis.
I mean, I'm not going to do that.
No, don't do that.
Because it sounds pathetic.
Do you know what?
Like
let's just Tony Abbott that guy and move on, okay?
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, Stu Farrell.
Have a great weekend.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
God. You're going to be one of those really annoying weekend people.
I'm going to go out there today and tear the weekend a new one.
Oh, sweet. That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
See you Monday.
Ciao.
Bye-bye.